I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Listen, I don't think that we deserve Iyanla Vazant, and just I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name, but this woman is truly a gem. And the truth of the matter is, men, you have to acknowledge and salute the women who hold other women accountable. And that's one thing that Iyanla has always been great at, is holding women accountable, because she is the only woman that I can think of who really fights for men. And the truth of the matter is, what more can you say to that? She's the only woman that was on TV fighting for men, defending men. You don't see that. You don't see that. And I just think that it's interesting that her show is no longer on TV and things are going the way that they are now. So let's just go ahead and just get into this video.
Greatest crimes perpetuated against black men specifically is the level to which their humanity and their hearts have been devalued, diminished, and dehumanized, and that they have become doing machines. The greatest value a black man has, in many instances, is what he can do for somebody. Right. And how he can do it, and how much he can do it, and how much he earns doing it. I mean, I hear it and see it among young people in the relationships. You know, oh, you're going to get my nails done, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. Right. You know, they've been demeaned and devalued and dehearted, right, to the point where they value themselves based on what they can do. Fix it, get it, make it happen.
And I 100% agree with everything that she's saying, because if you watch my content for any amount of time, then you probably know that I subscribe to the belief that that is what you have to do, right? Men are judged. The world judges men based off of what you produce, what you have to show for your value. And they placed a value on certain things, like how much money you make, your contributions to society. You know what I mean? Like, guys, I'm sorry, but for all you hood boogers and pookies and Keishas, I'm sorry, this is not the conversation for you. I'm sorry, because you're going to get your feelings hurt, because outside of your little hood world, outside of the hood and your ghetto world, this is just the way the world works. And you are judged based off of what you contribute as a man. And that's just the truth. So I'm saying to you that in itself is not a problem. I don't believe that. I believe that it's the way it is. You don't waste time complaining and trying to change the system, trying to change the rules of the game. No, you either adapt or you find a new game, or yeah, you either play or you don't. You play or you don't. Now, I've gotten up here and I've said stuff that life will make you stand on. And it's the truth. But what I'm saying is that you have to really look inside. You have to really look inside and really think about what it is to be a man and what it is. And I'm not saying to disagree with her. I'm just saying that men, it's not necessarily a problem. It's not necessarily an issue that the world expects you to produce. But the idea that that is all you have to offer, that is the issue. That's the issue. That's the problem. That's the key component that makes it. And it's the difference between being a provider and being a simp, being used and just doing what you're supposed to do. That's the difference. That's the difference. Because guess what? If you're doing what you believe and you're not doing it for the love of somebody, then how can you be a simp? might be stupid, but being a simp is something different. I'm just saying. Like, let's just really think about it.
No place have I seen in our world does anybody tell black men greatest crime to be. How to be with themselves, how to be true to themselves, how to be with their feelings, how to be with their heart, you know, and it's criminal. So what happens is then they begin to do the things that are expected of them, and that's how they're evaluated. And then if they can't do that anymore, whether it's the job or pay the mortgage or whatever, then they're just cast off like socks in the corner.
Right. Right.
And
that's true. And that's true. And like I said, life got a way of making you eat your words and stuff like that. So I'm just saying that if you understand the rules of the game, then that's a potential consequence. I'm a subscriber of the ideas, or I was a strong follower in the ideas that were presented by Kevin Samuels about how things in the world work. So I accept the consequences of competing and trying to play the game. I just accept the consequences. That doesn't mean everybody should have to. And in an ideal world, you wouldn't have to. At the end of the day, this is not a good situation. And that's why I talk about how if you got traditional values, unless you like an elite, it's going to be hard out here for you. It's going to be hard out. It's going to be hard. Because you're dealing with a world that's never going to respect what you believe in already. And then if you're not the top of the line to have the cream of the crop, the basically the best pickings anyway, then the chances of you really finding what you're looking for and being happy just diminish. You have to learn how to become content.
it happens to black women also, but usually because of the children in our care, we're given a little more leeway. But the way it's done for black men, and as I shared with you, one of the things my teacher taught me was one of the greatest kryptonites for a man in general, black men specifically, is the feeling, the belief not to be, the treatment that he is somehow inadequate. And when you devalue a man, he's going to feel inadequate. When you dehumanize him, when you deheart him, so then where does he go with that?
Right.
He's inadequate, and he doesn't serve a purpose because he can't do what you need him to do to make you feel better about yourself.
What's the purpose? What's the point?
What's the point? And that's why we have these incredible rises in suicide.
Yeah.
I personally think it's why we have this, and I don't know the figures, I don't know what they are now, but the increase between, I think it was 2017 and 2021, a 30-something% increase in the number of black men with prostate cancer, starting early. And why? Because their manhood is under attack.
Right.
And, you know, their psyche is not nourishing and nurturing them, and their masculinity. Because where in the world do the treatment?
Where in the world do you see men treated the way they are? And I think that's where she was going to go with that. And that's a conversation. Where else in the world do you see men treated the way that they are in the West? See, this is bigger than just a black culture issue. And this is bigger than just, you know what I mean, a black issue. This is a Western issue at the end of the day. But why I focus on the black community is because we have more at stake. And that's just the truth of the matter. We're the ones at the bottom. So we can't afford the same flaws that other people have. That's the truth of the matter. She said a lot, and I don't really think, you know what I mean? I think she was pretty clear what she said. So on that note, I'm JayyRedd Unfiltered, and I'm signing out.